Hey there, welcome to the channel. My name is Stephen Lewis, and if you're here, it's because you like reptiles. This channel focuses on fun interviews and educational content. If any of that sounds good to you, then let's talk herbs. What's up, friends and family? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Herbs. I'm your host, Stephen Lewis. Today, I just wanted to share with you some animals I'm really excited about. This is the most recent litter I've had for my Brazilian rainbow boas, Lady Rainicorn and Harvey. So I'll put up some quick footage of them right here. Yeah, I wanted to share their babies. So they're finally eating well, so I wanted to show them off. I had a little struggles, as you know. If any of you have been following along, we lost a couple, unfortunately, but we got that fixed. We got it dialed in, and now I wanted to show you a few of the babies. So as you can see, he's striking at the gloved hand, but not at the one he got put in. He's a little feisty. I use the glove hand because they actually strike less. But this first one, this girl is Ray. She's a female Brazilian rainbow boa. And she's very feisty right now. I don't know. They're normally not this feisty. I kind of reached in and grabbed her pretty quick. So the connections on the dorsal stripes there, and just some really, really pretty contrast here. This is the first baby. She's eating well, and yeah, I'll put her back. She's clearly not in the mood to be finagled with, but this girl here is Leia, Princess Leia, right? So you're going to notice a theme in the naming. This is Leia. Really nice light colors there on the sides. Really nice, good contrast. She's also a terrific eater. She's one that I never worried about. She ate good right from the beginning. Beautiful. Next up we have Lynn. And as you can see with some of these guys, she's got a quail in her belly. So it's 2 days out afterwards, so it's okay to hold them. It's probably why Ray was so defensive, but I love the coloration on this girl. She's real pretty. She's not too defensive and easy to deal with. Put that back. So that's number 3. That's Lynn. And I think this baby's in shed. Yeah, this is number 4. This is a shin. You can see her in there. I think this baby's in shed. Yeah, this is number 4. This is a shin. You can see her in there, so I'm not going to dig her up. She's in shed. She's coming out of it, though. She was in that kind of zombie gray mode just 2 days ago when I fed everyone. So she's lightened up, which means she's coming out of shed, which is good, because then she'll look real pretty in her new skin soon. All right, this is the first boy that I'm showing you. This is Ezra, number 5. And just now, when I open him up, instantly, there's like a little splash of color. You can see he's brighter than some of the other girls. Ezra's a good-looking boy. Some really pretty pattern on him. The mom, Lady Rainicorn, has some light pearl expression, and you can see his crescents, his ocelli are really filled in. Nothing I would call the pearl morph. Nothing I would ever call a morph, but a little bit more unusual, and some funkiness to it. But these all came out really normal. But anyone who's been around Brazilian rainbow boas knows that even a quote-unquote normal or wild type is an exciting animal. They're just beautiful. There's nothing like them. That's Ezra. He's settling down for me. He started off pretty spicy and is getting easier to deal with. Yeah, and he's just beautiful. All right, number 6, we're back to a female. The 2 snakes I lost were unfortunately males. So on initial sexing, I had 7 males and 10 females, and lost two of the boys. So we're down to a 5 to 10 ratio. And this one is Talzin, another female, and she's really pretty, and she's got some dark colors in contrast to her, and that's kind of why she got the Dathomiri name of Talzin there. She's a really good ferocious eater, strong. And this is it. This is really as difficult as they could be to handle. I love going in with the technique of a gloved hand, and then I'll set them down onto my hand for handling. And just leave her there. And I'm not going to do it today, but I would just leave her here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You see how she's really tightly coiled up. And then I just relax, support so she doesn't fall, because they can fall. Especially when they're frightened and they're not holding on. So then I would just do that and just let her get comfortable. And eventually she's going to hold on to me and start treating me like the perch. And then I'll let her escape back into her cage. And that's it. That'll be the handling session. Just extremely brief and easy. And we'll set her back down. And again, you could do that. You could reach in with the glove. Another technique is I'll usually just take something that's in the cage, like a leaf, bioactive there for the baby rack. You just cover the face with it, and then you could reach in with an ungloved hand and pick them up, no problem. Reach behind them, or just take the bite. I don't like to take the bite because I think it stresses the snake out more. So it's my reaction is not great. I'm going to jump or possibly jump, and you could hurt the snake, you could drop it. Either way, it just increases the stress of the situation, as opposed to when they strike and I've got the gloved hand on, there's no reaction from me. It just sort of brings the temperature down. Hi, kitty cat. It just brings the temperature down and makes everyone easier to handle. All right, so now we'll move on to number 7. This is Sauvage. Also a Dathomiri name there. He is one of the best eaters. Tough, ferocious, one of my other boys. Some good rich colors on the side there. I love those dark ocelli. He's got a few of those that are really solid dark like that. Just kind of a beautiful patterning. In last year's litter, I had a lot of those sort of twin spots, like the first 5 or 6 dorsal patterns were the dual spots, down the line, and I loved that. I didn't get any of those in this litter, but I do like the ocelli. There's some good variation in between good white, good large crescents, and then good black crescents. This is one that's got good black crescents. Some beautiful. You can start to see the iridescence. You're not going to get a ton of the iridescence on this view just because of the camera angles of the light. And I don't know if you're watching. This is Shock T. Shock T's reserved already by someone. So hope you're watching. You get a chance to see this girl. She's a good size too. She's grown really well. She's eaten really well. She's beautiful. It's Shock T. And a little bit of movement there. She seemed to sort of relax a little bit. I don't want to say relax on my hand, but get out of there so it's not focusing on me. Yeah, I had my eye on this one too. I think I was, if I was going to keep a female, I was probably going to keep this one. So good choice by her new owner. She's just got some nice, really good color. Like I said, who was that first boy that popped up? Ezra. Ezra looks really good too. He's a good looking one I consider keeping. But it was him, this girl, and then another boy that I'll show you later named Mace. But yeah, that's Shock T. Pretty little snake. I'll put her back in her cage here. Here's something I'll show you too. You see this position? This is the don't come too close position, especially when you see a tail wrapped tightly like that. When they're holding on and gripping with that tail and wrapping it tight, just go slow with them. She's ready to give you the business. This isn't quite the cinnamon roll, but when you'll see, where's it at? The tip of that tail, when it's like curled around in like a cinnamon roll bun at the end, that's when you really know that they're pissed off and defensive. She's just a little bit scared right now, but But that's understandable. I'm picking her up out of her home and showing her off. We'll just take her down and set her back. There's a good look at. Just a beautiful snake. And all these baby Brazilians are just honestly so much fun. They all kind of look the same in a lot of ways, of course. They're all siblings, but they're starting to develop their own colors and their own differences. And as you can tell, I've named them, and they're starting to get their own individual personalities and that sort of thing too. All right, this is Luminara, another female, and she is buried, so she might be going into a shed cycle. And if she is, I'll just show you. No, she doesn't appear to be. So another reason I love the gloved hand when dealing with these guys, whoopsie, sorry baby, is when they're buried under the substrate, dealing in there with your fingertips is a great way to get a little prick on your fingertips. Okay. So Luminar is a little shy. She's got great iridescence, as they all do. They're Brazilian rainbow boas. But I just loved, like this one, the long connected ocelli like that. She's got a couple of those. Beautiful pattern. As you can see, she comes out. She doesn't stay coiled up in a ball too long. Get out of the way so we're not looking at the snake. So we're focusing on the snake and not me. But yeah, just a beautiful little baby Brazilian rainbow boa. Good little eater. You're starting to explore her area. She's still ready to strike anything that moves by her if she feels threatened, but nothing too obscene. Very gentle, very understandable when you're, 2.5 months old. All right, so now we're on to another boy. So this is one who got off to a pretty good start, pretty healthy start. Nicey to care for. This is Obi-Wan. I'm watching the Kenobi series right now, and I'm so annoyed. As you can see, that tail, it's not too wrapped tight, but you can see it's pretty tense, pretty stiff. That's a good sign that his whole body is stiff. Yep, there he goes. He just got the glove. But that's okay. Again, that's a nice reason to have this glove because I don't have to react. I didn't even move the thumb. Like I said, it doesn't hurt too bad, but I for sure would have jumped my thumb back if he bit my bare thumb because that doesn't feel great. But again, that's just, it's pretty standard with Brazilian rainbow boa babies. They just need a little bit more time. And I haven't been handling them really hardly at all, just to change out their paper when they were on paper. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like I said, rewatching the Obi-Wan series, and it's such a show that didn't need to happen. It's so crazy to me. Like, I like wanting to know what Obi-Wan did in the meantime between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. But I just don't think he was out on a plot to rescue a kidnapped Princess Leia. Like, that's so bizarre. I don't understand. It just changes everything. It changes the dynamic of how she asks him for help. It changes the dynamic of how he and Anakin meet or Vader meet again. Because now he's dueled him not only once, but twice. I don't know. It's just a weird little detour in the Star Wars story. Okay, and so this one is another female Jedi, Adigalia. And she's also buried herself under substrate, so we'll see if she's in shed. And she hasn't gone into any shed or anything like that. She just buried. I'll show you what that looks like here. So I'll uncover her a little bit as we go through it. And so this is what you'll see a lot of times with your pet Brazilian rainbow boa, is just them in the dirt. And so that's why I love a good garden glove. If you're going to be digging them up, you see that little snoot right there? That is a great little option for a bite if you're just trying to find her like this with your fingers. But if you do it like this, they tend to, one, not bite this because they don't see the heat signature, they don't feel the skin, it's not as threatening. And two, if they do bite, it doesn't cause a reaction. That's the whole thing, is it's just keeping the situation calm. When they get elevated, you want to stay calm, and that's going to help get them accustomed to the idea that they're not in danger. There's not a big reaction. It's not some big battle. But I'll leave her burrowed. That's number 12, Adigalia. Number 13, another boy. This one's named Kylo. Oh, and he looks good. And sometimes you'll see them, and then they're not. When you have good humidity, they don't need to always bury themselves. Humidity in this rack stays at 99%. It's one of the nice things about racks. One of the reasons why so many snake breeders use racks, especially for neonates. Kylo is good. I named him Kylo because he's actually a fearful young man, but pretty sweet. And just your classic Brazilian rainbow boa colors and look. Nice bold head stamp. I don't know if you can see it there. That middle stripe is really strong. I love that. The strong black sides too. So just going to grow up to be a really beautiful Brazilian rainbow boa. This is Kylo. There you go. Yeah, it's a good response when you see just a slow sort of movement. It's not super tense. He's actually pretty relaxed in my hand. He's just kind of resting there, and I like that. So he's not coiled up. He's not ready to strike everything. I don't know if you've noticed before when I was moving him around. See, he even slides a little bit. Here, we'll do that just in case he falls. Some of the other ones were their head wouldn't face anything but me, and that's the thing they'll do, right? They're checking on a predator. They're just going to keep their eyes locked on you. But as you can see, his head kind of goes where I turn it. That's a good sign that he's just kind of chilling. It's also a good sign that he may not be fully awake yet. So a lot of times you'll wake him up. But yeah, just beautiful, beautiful boy Brazilian rainbow boa there. And sometimes then you'll go through this and you try and put them back in, and they're like, no, I'm gonna grab onto your fingers and not let go. And that's okay. I don't usually like to peel them off. I usually just kind of like to wait, and I'll adjust and move them around and kind of coax them into a different spot and kind of slide them off. But you don't want to just plop them down, and you don't want to just yank him off your fingers. So let him go slowly, and let him get through that scary part. Because even though he just came from this enclosure, it takes him a minute. Boas, snakes in general, but boas especially, are just slow. They process things slowly. So even though I pulled him out of that cage, putting him right back into it, he doesn't instantly say, oh, this is the cage I was just in. It's new still. It's still a new experience. So I set him down in it, and I let them get their tongue flicked, let them think about it and recognize that, okay, this is a safe place. The place, in fact, that I do live. So you got to give them time to think. Just give them time to think. It's not a dog. It's not a cat. It's not a person. It needs time. So give it time. All right. So this is the other one that is spoken for. Another boy. And he's just really beautifully colored. This is Mace. Mace. And and I'm realizing that it's pretty dim lighting in here. And it's really not doing justice to how good this guy looks. But I just love the colors on him. I love the connected tail pattern area too. That's really pretty on him. The head. Yeah, he turned out beautiful. He's going to be a beautiful Brazilian rainbow boa for sure. All right, and this little cutie is one that I really had my eye on early. I thought she was beautiful. This is Ashla, and she had a moment early on when I just couldn't get her. She was one of the ones that was really, really weak, and I just could not get her established. But I particularly love on this snake, and it's hard to get a camera angle of it. Let's see if she goes the other way here. Of the head stamp on this animal. Let's see her coming up here. I just really like that. I thought it was kind of unique, that little bow tie at the end. Well, hers isn't really a bow tie, it's more like a necktie. But that little tie at the base of the skull there. And just a pretty snake. Calm, gentle. You know, and you could see, that's another thing too. Be careful with Brazilian rainbow boas. You'll end up with a lot of substrate when they come up because they coil onto it and you can't really pick it out, especially if you're digging in there with your fingies, trying to get it from them. That's a good way to get your fingies bit. All right, and last but certainly not least is Lady Ventress here. Ventress, as I don't know if you know, is Dooku's Sith assassin, and she lives up to her name. She is tough. You can see that tightly wound tail there. Let's see here. There you go. I want to support your body weight, girly. So just come up from underneath like that. You can see that tail sort of twisting back. That's a little tension thing. She's looking for an anchor, but it's moving so slowly. You can tell how tense she is. That's okay, girl. We'll go nice and slow with you, too. I really love on her. She's got kind of a beauty mark on the other side here, of course. On the top of her head. I don't know if you could see it there. On the inside towards her coil there. That's Ventress. She is a really good eater for me. Beautiful little Brazilian rainbow boa, a little bit darker in color. And again, I'm realizing it's pretty dim in this room. Not the best lighting. And it's normally brighter, but we got some storms coming in LA right now. All right, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for checking those babies out with me. I was just going to go check on them, and I figured I'd throw on a camera and bring you guys along. So let me know if you liked any of those, which one was your favorite. If you're interested in any of them, I put contact info down in the description. Yeah, you could get one for a really good price too if you check out my Let's Talk Politics video from a few weeks back. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you want to support the channel, best way to do that is like, subscribe, share the video, buy a snake. But you could also join Patreon. Okay, you could do it for free on a lot of tiers. There's a free trial, and then you could even join up as little as $1. So it's really easy to join. It's a fun little growing community. So shout out to all of you guys who make this channel special. Really appreciate it. But yep, thank you guys for tuning in to Let's Talk Herbs. Catch you on the next one. Bye.